A lot of people want to work abroad, but they quietly run into major obstacle, visa sponsorship. I have worked in multiple countries myself, and the process always follows certain pathings. So in this video, I will explain how I managed to get visa sponsored work in different countries and what strategies actually help. At the end of this video, I will break down some of these countries for you and share the official job website I use and how to do it, making it easier for you to go on and apply. You don't want to miss that. Companies don't really hire foreigners. Governments have strict rules. And many people assume it's almost impossible. But the truth is, thousands of foreigners get sponsored jobs every year. Before talking about specific countries, it's important to understand something. Visa sponsorship is not just about finding a job. It's about convincing a company that hiring you is worth the extra effort and you'll be an added value to the company. Because sponsoring a foreign worker usually involves paperwork, government approvals, and additional cost to the employer and cost to you, the applicant. So the key question employers ask is simple. What value does this person bring? Or what value does this person going to add up to my company? Once you understand that, the process become much clearer. The first time I worked abroad, the process felt confusing, very, very, very confusing. I was sending applications, researching visa rules, systems, and trying to understand what employers expected. At first, many applications simply went nowhere. I applied. I kept applying without being strategic. Let me say this with you. On LinkedIn, I applied for over 1,000 jobs with just one visa sponsorship job success from a consulting company in the US. At this point, I got excited that out of the 1,000 jobs I applied, one has been successful. And LinkedIn is just one of the websites I used back then. So that alone was about 1,000 jobs, one being successful. You would be happy if it was you. So, of course, I was excited, thinking that everything will go through successfully. Unfortunately, COVID came along while in China during that period, so I couldn't make it due to the restrictions, travel restrictions, and all that. But gradually, I started noticing something which many people don't. Companies already hire foreigners are much more open to sponsorship because they understand the process and have experience dealing with work permits. So companies who are already sponsoring foreigners or foreign workers, they are much more easier to work with in terms of the visa sponsorship jobs because they understand the systems, unlike companies who rarely do sponsorship. So instead of applying everywhere, I began focusing only on companies that already employ international staff with experience. That small change made a huge difference with multiple visa jobs. So let me briefly break down for your clarity on how visa sponsorship usually work from my 10-year experience. Most countries follow a similar structure when it comes to foreign workers. A company first decides that they want to hire you, and then they must prove that you meet the required qualifications, which includes your experience, skills, and so on, related to that particular job or that particular role they want to employ you for. After that, they apply for work permit or sponsorship approval through government authorities. And this is where things get tough sometimes, but possible anyways, because they have to wait for the government to actually check that, yes, you really need this foreigner to come to your company to work for you. If everything is approved by the government, you receive a visa that allows you to legally work in that country or move and work from your home country. The exact rules vary depending on the country. However, the basic process is usually similar. From my personal experience with these countries, China, Vietnam, Singapore, and the UK, the most important step is convincing the employer first with your strong CV or resume, showing what value you are bringing to the company. Of course, they want value. So if you want a CV or a resume sample, comment below and I will share it with you. Thank you. Now, let me share with you Vietnam first. Vietnam has become popular destination for foreign workers in recent years. One common route for Vietnam is teaching English. Very common. That's the most common route there. Teaching English or working in international education. Of course, there are other jobs there, but the most common is teaching English, which some companies do pay very well. And you can live very well and very peacefully once you have a good, stable job. Companies sponsor work permits for qualified candidates, but they expect proper documentation and credentials. Be prepared before applying to avoid wasting time. I will share the link with you under the video description. Once the paperwork is approved, the visa situation becomes much more stable than relying on short-term entries. For many foreigners, employment becomes the main way they stay long-term. And one of the main ways to stay long-term is when you have the work visa, because with a tourist visa, you are only on a short term. The purpose is for tourism, for vacation. So just a short term. So for a longer term, you look at the work visa. You can also live long term with investor visa, marriage visa, among others in Vietnam. I will share a dedicated video for Vietnam. And if you are interested in moving or even visiting there, comment below. I'll give you full details about Vietnam visas and all that. Now, let's break down China. One of my favorites. China is a different world, amazing place. China has also attracted international workers, especially in education and specialized fields. The challenge will be communication barrier because the companies there, at least you should have some level of Chinese language to speak, but we will talk about that in another time. The process there usually involves securing a job first, followed by the work permit approval and then visa processing. China tends to have stricter requirements, very strict, compared to some other countries I know. But once approved, foreign employees often receive structured contracts and residency permits, which is connected to your work. It's an amazing place to experience life. Once you have a stable job, or even you are going there to study. And I did both study and working in China, and I loved it. See you soon, China. Now let's look at the UK. Favorite for many Africans I have come in contact with. And I get a lot of questions from them. How can they move? You see, the UK uses formal sponsorship system. Companies must be registered to sponsor foreign workers to the UK. This means not every company can hire internationally, but organizations that already have sponsorship licenses regularly recruit foreign professionals. Understanding which companies have the ability is huge advantage when you are applying for jobs in this country, the UK. Looking back at my experiences across different countries, a few lessons stands out. First, focus on industries that already hire international talent. That is, if you are interested in visa sponsorship jobs, that is where your focus should be. Not all companies do employ with visa sponsorship. So first, focus on the industries that already hire international talent. Second, research companies that are familiar with the sponsorship process. You can research and find out if actually they do have. There were times that I was sending emails to the company to find out if actually they have a visa sponsorship rules. And Luckily, some of them will respond. Unfortunately, some of them won't, and that's fine. And third, understand that employers are looking for value. So when your skills match what they need, the visa process becomes much easier. So it's about your value and what the company is matching with. If you want to teach in China, in the UK, in Vietnam, wherever, the company is looking at the value you are bringing. So can these skills or these experiences you have add value to the company or not? Working abroad is not just about travel. It's about building opportunities in different environments. Having worked with visa sponsorship in different countries, different environments, different systems, once you understand the process, things becomes much easier. When problems comes, you are able to see how things works. And while the visa process can seem complicated at first, thousands of people navigate it successfully every year. Some will use agents and some won't use agents and they will do things by themselves. Like my situation, all these visa sponsorship jobs in all these several countries, I just take the pain to myself and do it. No agent. Why not you? If only you don't give up. Once you understand how the system works, the path becomes much easier. Before then, I didn't understand and I was just applying. But once I understand how the systems work, things now become much easier for me that once I apply, I know exactly what I am looking out for. And this resulted with me having several visa sponsorship jobs in these countries. Check under the video description. I have added the links to the official jobs site I used for China, Vietnam, and the UK. And this is what I recommend. First, click on the link. It will take you to the official website. Then create your online CV or resume. Of course, a strong one. You don't have to change for subsequent job applications on this website. I think they've made the website in such a way that you use one CV to apply to the roles that you want to apply for. So it's very easy and simple, but you have to be patient. Next, search for the visa sponsorship job companies in your field or interest and apply. So whichever field that you want to work, engineering, IT, cleaning, vocational skills, catering, all those areas under the vocational skills, technical skills, teaching jobs, you want to be all the jobs that you want to apply for in your field of interest, that is where you have to focus. So let your CV or your resume focus on that area and then apply. It's easy to find because the company will state it in the job details once you read it. So take your time and read, and then you can find out there. So once you meet their requirement, you will then receive an online interview invitation link to your email. So don't make any payment for any job on this website. Actually, they don't. But just be aware of scammers, if any. It's free, and that's it. The process is not cooking rice using a rice cooker. So it takes time, preparation, and patience. Some can be hours, some can be days, weeks, months, even years. Believe you can. Keep applying strategically, not just any or everywhere. And I wish you all the best in this. Any question or more clarity, type in the comment section. I will reply to you. If you are interested in building a career internationally, subscribe to this channel. I share practical insights about studying abroad, relocating and moving abroad, or navigating life in different countries. No hype, just realities and honesty. If you have the opportunity to work abroad, which country would you choose? Share in the comment section and I will reply to your comments as much as I can with any reliable information for the country of interest. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe, like this video. It will help reach more people. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. My name is dostnomad. Goodbye.